Welcome. Welcome to our Tuesday morning yoga class. It's lovely to be with you again, and especially that it's lovely that it's a sunny morning, and we feel that's just so uplifting for our spirits. Make sure that you're sitting on the front edge of your chair so that your back is not supported and you have your feet flat. So if your chair is a little high and your feet are sort of dangling, you probably need to slide a cushion underneath the soles of your feet so you feel that they're in touch, the front of your foot and the heel of your foot resting. And just place your hands facing down on your thighs, on your knees. And your awareness to the touch through the sole of your feet, the feeling of the texture. Maybe you're wearing socks. I'm certainly wearing socks. And gently do a little sort of clawing action with your feet so that you're waking up the proprioceptors and the nerve endings in the soles of your feet. And get a good connection through the base of the big toe, the base of the little toe, and the center of your heel. And then sitting up nice and tall, feel the sit bones, backs of your thighs, buttocks, supported on the chair. Shoulders. And we're going to do a breathing practice which consists of exhaling through your lips as though you're very softly blowing a candle. It'll be inhaling through the nostrils and then pursing up your lips to, like you're going to say, whoo, but you don't need to make a sound. Just blow the breath out as though you're blowing out a candle very gently. So we'll do that for a few breaths. Beginning now. Take a breath in through your nostrils. And let the exhale go all the way to the end and keep going. Into the nostrils. Exhaling through your pursed up lips. Two more breaths like that. Easy in breath through the nostrils and gentle slow out breath as though you're blowing out a candle. This morning I've chosen a poem to read to you. Came across this one and I liked it. I thought, yes, other people might like this too. This is called The Way It Is, The Way It Is by William Stafford. There's a thread you follow. It goes among things that change, but it doesn't change. People wonder about what you are pursuing. You have to explain about the thread. But it's hard for others to see. While you hold it, you can't get lost. Tragedies happen, people get hurt or die, and you suffer and get old. Nothing you do can stop time's unfolding. You don't ever let go of the thread. So I want you to think about now, what is your thread? What is it that holds you connected to your sense of what's important in life? Is it your yoga practice? Is it gardening or walking out in the bush? Is it spending time with your family? What is the thread that underlies everything you do and gives you that sense of purpose? Is that connected with the feeling of yourself? Because you have this continuous connection, you're holding on to your thread. Maybe spend a little time. And this morning's class will act as though our yoga practice is a thread for us that just keeps us centered and grounded and connected with our sense of what's important. Now let's say our invocation together. So just reach your arms out wide, feet flat, draw yourself up tall and bring the palms together, down in front of the heart, drop your chin, and we'll do that once again. So one more big circling breath, looking up, palms come together, and down in front of the heart. And take a breath and please chant. Connected together. May we be nourished together. May we create strength and abundance. May we work together with great vigor. May we grow in clarity, wisdom. And once again, take a breath. May we be protected together. May we be nourished together. May we create strength and abundance. May we work together with great vigor. May we grow in clarity, wisdom. Stay seated for a while. I'll just check. There's somebody who's not muted. Who is that? Mary? That's you. Yeah, I'm going to mute you, Lynn. And we'll keep moving in the chair for a bit. Don't tread on your glasses. We're going to do an invigorating breath called Kapalabhati, and that word means shining skull. So it's going to make us feel a bit more revved up. And Kapalabhati is a forced exhalation, and it's short and sharp. So we'll just do a little practice. So I'll show you. I'm taking a breath in, and then they're little bouncing breaths. If I turn side on, you can probably get the impression of what's happening here. So we're pushing the breath out by compacting here in the lower abdomen. Let's go for 10 breaths. Take a breath in and then exhale. So it's a sort of snorting out through your nose breath. Okay, let's go again now for 20 breaths. Are you ready? After 20, have a rest. You might have to blow your nose after that. And then we're going to add a gesture. So curl your fingers in and thumbs pointing out. Our thumbs signify our fire element. We're going to raise arms up high and do 20 more breaths. short, sharp, snorting breath. So vigorous exhalations, and the inhale just bounces in. Are you ready? And then reach up and let the arms come down. Pause there. Notice how you feel after that. This is called Kapalabhati, shining skull breath. Bhati is light, and Kapala means head in the Sanskrit word. And this gesture is invoking fire, invoking our fiery element for digesting. So not just digesting our food and drinks, but digesting life, digesting, the events, the emotions, the feelings. So we're bringing a bit more fire into the body. Let's do 20 more. So go back to the fire, thumbs extended, fingers curled in. Are you ready? And reach up. And then let the arms float down. Hands on the knees again. Soften the face. Notice the feeling. There's maybe a change in the sense of your energy. And we'll keep moving now. Tip to the side. So keeping your face looking straight ahead and taking lateral movement with your spine. And we could raise the outside arm. And notice how that opening through the chest feels. And we'll raise the arm and turn the head to look up. Release. And the same the other side, looking up. And next time looking down. And then release, pause there. See what feels different. And then take your right hand to your left shoulder, give it a squeeze, and then bring your hand towards your right hip. Left hand on the right shoulder, squeeze, and feel that trapezius muscle there at the top of your shoulder. And pressing, come down to the hip. So we would like to have the ridge of the trapezius feeling supple and comfortable, not hard like a steel cable. Give it a bit of massage. Reach around as far as you can, digging your fingers in. And then down to the hip. And the other side the same. So fingers reaching and massaging all around that top part of your shoulder blade. And then sliding down to the hip. And now take a loose fist and pummeling all the way down one arm to the fingers, under the hand, little pummeling up, underside, armpit, shoulder, all around, go down again, top of the arm, all the way to the fingers, under the arm, armpit, shoulder, and then across the top of your chest, both sides, going right to left, left to right, and now lower chest, pummel, pummel, across, And then loose fist on the other arm, down the upper arm, lower arm, fingers, palm, under, coming up into the armpit, all around the shoulder, and traveling down again to the fingers, underneath the palm, the wrist, working up towards the armpit, and all around the shoulder. And we're going to take a breath in, interlace above the head, turn the palms up, and then release, cross the arms in front of your chest and reach around as far as you can. Maybe you can grab hold of your shoulder blades or just reaching your fingers, rounding the back. And again, uncross, reach tall, interlace your fingers the other way, not your usual habit. Tall, and then bring the arms down, crossing across, reach as far as you can, rounding the back, and sit up tall, and breathing in, I'll turn sideways, breathing in, lift up your sternum, and your upper back is extending back, and then exhale, rounding, pulling in your belly, conscious of the pelvic floor active. And inhale, draw your sternum up tall, shoulders wide. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding the spine, like a seated version of cat stretch. Do a few more like that. So big actions to mobilise the spine, lifting. Let's put the hands out on the outer edges of your thighs, elbows back, lifted chin, breathing in. And then hands sliding together, rounding the back, pulling in the belly. One more like that. Hands to the outside of your legs and lift up. Chin is heart raised. And then tucking the chin, hands slide together, rounding the back. And then let it go. And still sitting up on your chair, bring your legs out in front. You can't see my legs, but what I'm doing is circling my ankle. So legs straight in front. Oh yes, I can see some beautiful blue socks there. Circle, circle. No hands, circle wrists at the same time. So round in one direction and then around in the other direction. And hug one knee into your chest. Hug your right knee up. So pull it in close to your chest. And then slowly exhale and slowly, slowly release. And then we're going to inhale, pull in the left knee, squeeze into your belly. And slowly, slowly release. And we'll do that again. Pull in the right knee, squeeze it in. And release that compression. Let the foot come down. And now left knee. Pull in close. So you're really compressing into the ascending colon. And then release. Come up to stand on your 2 feet. And face towards the chair. No, turn one foot towards the chair. And we're going to tip towards the chair like a supported version of triangle pose. So just tilt to one side so your hand finds some support, either the seat or the back of a chair, and then lift. So we'll take a breath in, raise the arms. And then tilting, keep your chest and your face looking directly ahead until you find the support. And then inhale, lift. Bring your arms down. We'll do lots of that. So one foot is turned towards the chair and the other at an angle, the toes coming around towards you. Inhale, raise the arms. Tilting through the hips towards the seat of the chair and reaching one arm up high. And then inhale, raise arms out wide, back by your sides. 2 more like that. Just taking your time. Tall, and then feel the effect in your hips and your back as you find the seat or the support. And inhale, arms by your sides. This time we're going to stay in the angled pose, tilting. So having the support takes some of the strain out of the back and the hips, and you can focus more on being long and open through the upper side of your chest. A few breaths here. And then we're going to inhale, raise the chest again, bring the hands back to the heart. Turn your feet now so parallel and shake out your legs. Give everything a good old jiggle loose. Then I'll come around to the other side of the chair for the second side. So turning this foot towards the chair, the foot close to the chair is pointing directly to it, and the other coming around in that general direction. Inhale, raise the arms at shoulder level, and tipping over, find the support. Inhale, rising up, back by your sides. So as you start to repeat it a few times, the muscles of the legs and the back and the abdomen recognize the movement. Ah, yes, we're doing this tilting thing. And so your muscles are ready to accommodate and hold that position and allow some lengthening in some parts and contracting in others. Inhale, lift, back by your sides. This time we'll stay for a few breaths. Inhale, tilting, and breathing into that open side of your chest. Allowing for more stretching. And then use your back strength. Inhale, lift. Bring your palms back together. Turn your feet so they're parallel and give your legs a good shake. And let's put hands on thighs and circle the hips around now. So just generally mobilizing and loosening. And circles now in the opposite direction. And I'll show you the next movement. I'm going to use the surface of the chair again. So I have folded over, my palms are flat, and I'm going to inhale, take one leg back behind me, and then exhale, bring the knee up towards that front hand. So inhale, I'll lift my head and look to the front. And then exhale, the knee comes under the chest. So we'll do a few like that. So position your shoulders above the seat of the chair. Make sure it's not on wheels, that would be a disaster. So as you inhale, lift the head looking out to the front, pushing out through the heel. And then exhale, bring the knee in towards the elbow. Do a few more. Lift the heel and lift your chest as you breathe in. And then on the exhale, tuck the knee up towards your elbow. One more like that. Lift the head on the in-breath and lower the head on the out-breath. All right, let's change to the other side now, other leg. Inhale, pushing back through the heel, lifting the head. Exhale, under the chest. Inhale. Exhale. And as your heel goes back, the toes point to the floor and you're looking forwards. And then point the toe when the knee comes under your chest. So push out through the heel on the in-breath. And then point the toe, squeezing the belly on the out-breath. Two more like that. Then release, 2 feet on the floor, give the hips a bit of a shake and a circle. So hopefully we're feeling the benefit of a bit of fire in the belly after we did our fire breath. Kapalabhati with the fire mudra. So we've got a bit of energy to keep on going. We're going to fold over again, palms on the chair, and raise the right leg. Push back through the heel, and take the left arm off the seat and stretch it forward. And your face could look downwards. So we're in this balanced pose. So holding it very steady. Your supporting leg is strong. And you're trying to push through the heel and reach through the fingers. And breathing as well. And then let it go. Put that foot down on the floor. Give a bit of a jiggle of bending knees. Release through the hips. Ready for the second side. So we're going to stand on the left foot. No, stand on the left foot, reach out. No, that's not right. Stand on the right foot. And left arm reaches forward. I had to work that out. Is that right? That's not right. Now I've got it. Right arm and left leg. Wow, it took me a while to think about that. Left leg back, right arm forward. Looking down towards the seat. A few strong breaths. And then let it go. And bending my knee, loosening hips again. And then coming to face the front, we're going to line up in, stand up tall in Tadasana. Feet parallel. Just get the sense of your tall upright posture. And take a breath in. Raise your arms. And then we're going to lower the arms, fold at the hips, as though you're doing a beautiful swan dive. Now bend the knees and move into a forward bend. And keep your knees bent and begin to rise, spreading the arms out wide, and then straightening up and reaching tall. And swan diving again. So folding at the hips, and now bending knees, forward bend. And keep the knees bent while you start to open up. Take the arms wide, and then straighten the legs. Lots of work for back. Again, lower the arms, fold at the hips, look down into that pool, you're ready to dive, and then soften the knees, lower the shoulders and the head, full forward bend, and begin opening up again. Knees are bent, and then you straighten them so that you can open up and reach tall. So this is a challenging sort of way to do a forward bend. Fold at the hips, fold down till you're parallel with the floor. Pause there, take another breath. And now soften the knees. Lower your shoulders, lower the head, sinking down. Let's stay here for a few breaths. And creep your feet out wider apart and palms are flat, and then drop down into a deep squat. So your palms are flat on the floor, and then we're going to straighten and come into a forward bend. Fingertips on the floor. And now sinking down again, palms are flat. Drop your bottom down, deep squat. And then rising up to stand in a forward bend. One more like that. Palms are flat. Drop down into a deep squat. And then rising up. Fingertips. And then walk your feet under the hips. Bend the knees. Sweep the arms up again. Oh, what a relief that is. Reach up and bring your palms together in front of your heart. Take a few breaths. I'm going to spread out my mat and put the camera down lower, and we'll work in Parigasana. So have your mat handy. Okay. I managed to do it without switching everything off. So we're on our knees with bare feet. Time for bare feet, girls. We can do this. So on your knees, extend your left leg out to the side. Toes are ankle towards the front. And we take a breath in, raise the arms, and tip towards that straight leg. And then inhale upright and tilt over the other way. So inhale upright and look towards the foot over there as you tip along the line of the straight leg. This is called gate pose. Tilting. Oh, feels so good. We'll do a few more. Just moving at the pace. Feels right. So the top hand is reaching over past the head. And again, lift the arms. swinging your gate closed. And then opening up the gate. This time, reach your hand up to the sky and look down to the floor where your hand is resting and move it further away and palm flat. So your shoulder can move above your wrist. And now lift up the leg from the floor. Yes, you do that. So lots of work for your hip muscles. And then let the foot come back down. Bring your knees together. Do some cat movement. So hands on the floor, undulating your spine. Inhale, let your waist soften down, looking out to the front. And then exhale, rounding the spine up, pulling up the belly. Do a few more like that. Mobilizing our spine. There's a saying, I guess it's sort of like an old wives' tale. You're only as old as your spine is supple. And after this one, let your hips sink back for a moment of rest in child pose, Balasana. Then take a breath, lift up onto your knees and take your right leg out to the side. So you know where we're going with this. Inhale, raise the arms and tip towards that straight leg. Close the gate. Inhale, swing across, open up. And when you're here, turn the head to look up and then turn the head to look down. And inhale, tilting, arm folds over. Open the gate. And gentle movement with great awareness of feelings in your hips and back. One more, closing the gate. And opening. This time, keep your hand reaching up to the sky. Move the lower hand further away from your knee. And then let your shoulder move across above the wrist. And raise that right leg. Lift, lift, lift. And then knees down, bring your knees together. Do some more cat movement. So undulating movements for the spine. And then turn to rest on your side. So I've got my elbow under the shoulder and I'm bringing my knees further back so that the whole front is in a straight line from elbow, hip, down to knees. And then lift your hips and lower. And lift and lower the hips. And lift and lower. Bring the arm down. And then lift the arm and the hips. And lower. Do that 2 more times. Shoulders stay above elbow. Lift and lower. And then come onto your back, extend the legs out straight. Sit up tall, give the legs a shake. And breathe in, raise your arms in front, interlace above, press the palms up, push out through the heels. And release. And now rolling over to the other side. You could swing around, line up straight. So knees, hips, elbow, in a straight line. And lift and lower. And lift and look up. And lower. Keep going. So find the strength all around your trunk muscles, wrapping around the torso, keeping your body strong and straight. This is a modified version of a pose called Vajrasana or side plank. One more. And if side plank is something that you absolutely love, you could do it with your legs straight. So I'm still here lying on my side, but now legs are out straight. And give it a go, or go back to the bent knees version. So hold for a few breaths. And try again with the legs straight or the bent knees, knees on the floor version. Either one. Whichever one you do, both sides. Got to stay strong, haven't we? To just keep old age at bay as long as we can. And then sitting up again, legs out in front. Give your legs a shake. Take the arms up, interlace the other way, not that way, the other way. And let it go. And swing around to lie on your back with knees bent. Have a moment of rest. And then bring your heels up off the floor. So you have a right angle bend here at the thighs and a right angle bend behind the knees. And take a breath in. And gently tap your feet and lift them up. And tap and lift. 3 more. Tap the feet to the floor and lift. Tap down. These are called tap downs. Tap down. Now bring your hands to press against the knees. So there's a little pressing in with knees and pressing out with hands. And we're going to inhale, take the right arm back and the right leg forward. Stretch out long on the right side and come back. And then left side, arm and leg, and come back. Again, right side, arm and leg along, come back. Left limb, stretching away and back. And now cross your hands, cross your wrists, and we're going to take the right leg and the left arm. Right leg and left arm. And come back. And then right arm and left leg. So we're crossing over the midline, and do that one more time. Right leg and left arm. And return. Left leg and right arm. And return. And then feet to the floor, let your knees drop apart. Have a little rest there. This is called Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe it's just what you need right now. Take a few slow breaths. And then lift up your knees, and we'll do a few wash rag movements. So feet are flat, arms spread, and one arm turns up. My face is turned to that upturned palm, and knees are dropping the other way. And then changing, so the knees swing across and the arms and shoulders change. I'm looking towards the upturned palm. And it's moving when you're ready to move, changing into that wash rag movement with a spiraling through the spine. And you might choose to straighten out the upper leg for another additional feeling of stretching around the hip. And just taking it as though it's exactly what you need right now. One more to each side. And after that, pause, just lying on your back for a bit before we come to sit for a little breathing. So take a few minutes to get the sense of how do I feel after that moving, that asana practice. And then find something to support under your hips. I've got my nice little bolster here. And we're going back to that very gentle blowing out the candle exhale. So make your spine upright, or you could be sitting in your chair again, that's fine. In the chair or with support under hips. And hands facing down with thumb and first finger joined together in Chin Mudra. It's a gesture of coming inwards. Sort of moving your consciousness from the periphery, from the actions, from the busyness, coming inwards now to the quieter state, to the purpose really of stilling the mind and finding ourself, finding our innermost self. So palms turned down, sensing deep in your core. You know, we've raised a bit of fire. Perhaps you can sense there's still a stirring, a vitality, a warmth. Soften your shoulders down. Let your eye muscles soften. So your eyes are just gently closed. And we're doing the candle blowing exhalation. So the in-breath is through the nostrils. And then gently pursing your lips to softly blow the breath out. Keep going, breathing in through the nose and feeling the gentle release of muscles around your jaw, your throat, your lips as you softly blow out the exhale. So this is not the vigorous, enthusiastic blowing out the birthday candles. This is a really gentle exhalation, and it takes a long time. Three more breaths like that. Just allow, as long as it takes, to gently exhale through your pursed lips. And then gently just clasp your hands around your neck. So the fingers are reaching around towards the back. And perhaps your hands are cool. I don't know if they're cool or warm. And you're very softly contacting with a firm touch. There's a very large, long, important nerve called the vagus nerve, this cranial nerve 10. So it branches off the base of your brain and comes down the back, the sort of side back of your neck. And it has branches to all of the abdominal organs, your lungs, your heart, your digestive system, spleen, pancreas, and so on. And the vagus nerve it's a really important nerve for the parasympathetic nervous system. And when we do this sort of soothing the nerve, clasping around the neck, it helps to quieten the busy nervous system, the sympathetic, fight or flight, let's get going for action, the action-oriented part of your nervous system, and brings it into the rest and digest and healing part of your nervous system. Your body needs stillness and peace and rest and relaxation to heal, to process and digest, to integrate events, not just to process your breakfast, but to process the changes of mood, the feelings that come and go and always sort of shifting in our minds. Our parasympathetic nervous system needs to be activated. And so the Shavasana at the end of our yoga class is an ideal time to let your parasympathetic nervous system come into full play. So please move down now to take your relaxation. We're continuing to promote the dominance for now of our rest and relax and digest and heal nervous system. So it's part of our self-care. Spread yourself out lying straight and make yourself warm. Maybe a little shake, a loosening. Stretch your face. So pull a few stretchy faces. So the muscles in your face get a little bit of attention. So open your mouth and pull a few strange faces. And blink a few times. And then rest. And soften down into the floor. Feel that warmth and support. And congratulate yourself. Extend gratitude that you have some time for self-care, that you've allowed time in your week, in your life, to bring yourself into a quiet, relaxing space. And go to your inner resort. I was working with a client yesterday and she told me she went to the beach at Phuket where she had her honeymoon a long time ago. She now has family in their 20s, but she vividly remembered relaxing on the beach at Phuket in her honeymoon. Where do you go for your inner resort? Maybe it's an imaginary place. It's just so accessible when it's in your mind. You can see all the colors. You can see the surroundings. It might be inside a beautiful cathedral with a big rose stained glass window. It might be sitting in your grandma's house as a 5-year-old, watching her bring a cake out of the oven. It's a place where you feel secure and loved. It's a place which is very vivid to you, where you feel great well-being, complete ease in the body, ease in the mind. And when we go there, it feels as though there's a weight lifted off our shoulders. In this inner resource, There's no lists of jobs to do. There's just peace. There's lightness, expansiveness. Feeling of openness, perhaps calm. And it's an opportunity for stillness. Stillness and calm, they're sort of rare treasures unless we create the time to experience them for ourselves. And then go to your innermost self. That deep down place, which is just your consciousness. Like the bare bones of the essential spirit, which is you. And when you're there, when you're experiencing yourself as presence, as being, again, there's ease and comfort and calm. And you can feel that as a physical sensation, a felt sense in your body. And treasure that, become very familiar with that. And now it's time to make the journey back to Tuesday. And I shall sound the gong. So if you're ready to take some gentle movement, you could do that. But of course, if you prefer, you could continue to rest. So thank you, everybody. I'll say Om Shanti for now. And I have recorded this class this morning, so you have an opportunity to have another look and see it once again. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. See you same time next week. Have a very good week.